Oh, come on. All right, there we go. There we go. It would not be a Rabbit's Ghost production if something technical or audio did not go wrong. All right, so we're going to bring everybody on. How's everybody doing today?
Awesome.
Coolness, coolness, coolness.
Ugh.
Yeah. So one of our party is kind of sick and hacking up a squirrel. Well, so we're gonna make sure she doesn't talk too much, but we can't guarantee that. How's everybody doing, Mr. Elderstein, Mr. Josh? How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good, good.
Can't complain.
So I heard you had a very interesting experience at a certain Bob Evans.
No, we don't have to talk about that.
No, we don't have to talk about that. We won't talk about that. All right. All right, bouncing around to. All right, Luthien is Luthien is not here. There are extenuating circumstances, and we'll go through that once we actually jump to the campaign. Mr. Aobjorn, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. I woke up. That's always a good way to start, right?
Mm-hmm.
Out of bed and dressed. What more do you want?
Definitely, definitely. Alrighty, and then last but not least, we have Miss Arian Forged On. How are you
Hello.
doing today?
Yeah, I'm not feeling the greatest, but I'm here.
That is awesome. She is here. She's a trooper, and we are going to jump into it. I like the bonjour, Aobjorn, by the way. Bonjour
Merci.
really works. Alrighty, so I have a little bit of hacking up a squirrel too, so you'll have to excuse me on that. But what has changed since? Well, we actually started. Now we don't, condone alcoholic beverages on the show. However, somebody did come up with a few suggestions for a drinking game. Now, this is not just a normal drinking game. This is a drinking/carrot game, which also means carrots are optional. So rather than taking a shot, you can take a bite of a carrot. We actually have, this will probably go along as the show continues, but we have 3 submissions. Every time I say some form of the word shriek, you either take a sip of your favorite beverage, whether that's coffee, tea, carrot juice. Mr. Elder, your typing is very loud.
Apologies.
And number 2, if Elder steals something, you take a bite of a carrot or you
What?
take a sip. And number 3, if Aobjorn mentions how much he loves nature, you take a sip. So those are the drinking/carrot rules for the day.
Make sure you interpret that last one as loosely or strictly as you want to get.
Exactly.
Either fibrous or sloshed or awoken,
Yep, definitely.
choose wisely.
Alrighty. So the three different juices we do recommend is not carrots, is coffee and tea. And then if you really want to be healthy, carrot juice works as well. So without further ado, last time we left the party, we were on a riverbank near a ferry crossing. Now the ferry contraption, boat, was on the other side of the bridge, and the boatman was obviously at his place of residence because it is very early in the morning, and he does not do his boating stuff until light. So we left Luthien, Aobjorn, and Elder sitting around a campfire. Elder, your wounds have healed. Last time we checked, you took a rock to the head.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty bad.
Mr. Aobjorn did a wonderful job in patching you up.
Thanks, guys.
And
You're welcome, cuz.
so you guys are all asleep. And last we left it, Luthien wakes up to this figure staring down at him, dark red eyes, like red blood, kind of fluorescent type eyes, with something cold and sharp to his throat. And that is where we introduced Aryan Forged On. So, Aryan, take it away. It's up to you. You are currently in the position. What do you do?
I completely slit his throat.
Okay.
Is that good?
That works. That works. Alrighty. Now, with that, there's a little bit of a gurgling going on. And
Ugh.
you guys heard a little bit of the rustling. So, Eobjorn, you're starting to, come out of daziness, from sleeping.
He's probably like, what the heck?
Elder, you're a little bit slower. You're still snoring, but you're starting to rustle a little bit.
Sounds like a thrust.
So,
The bird, not the.
Abe, actually, let's introduce Aryan. Did we introduce your character last time? I don't think we did.
No, you just had me kind
Okay.
of show up, I think.
You just
Okay.
dramaed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, Aryan, why don't you introduce yourself now that you have completely slit Luthien's throat?
Okay, well, I am Aryan Forged On. I obviously am a girl, and I am an elf. Excuse me. Particularly, I am a rogue, and I like to do sometimes crazy, sudden things out of nowhere. Sometimes it could be good, but most of the time it might be bad. I just kind of do whatever. So, hola.
Alrighty. Now, Eobjorn, you wake up. Fires somewhat died down, but you're still able to see. You're still able to see her. You see her. She just slit Luthien's throat. What do you do?
Let's see. I'd probably grab my hammer or axe. I don't have a hammer, and be like, "What are you doing? Get away from him!" And, I'd charge at her to try to get her off of him.
Aryan.
I just quickly jump back a little bit, and I say, it had to be done. The fate has now been completed.
I look at him and realize that there's probably no use of healing a guy whose throat's been slit with my healing abilities. Maybe someone who's like a healer could handle that, but
Yeah.
not me.
Okay. Elder.
I'm just going to summarize that because I know that that's the conclusion based off of a slit throat compared
Right.
to what I can do.
Right.
Gosh.
There is no hope. There never was any hope for him.
Elder, you're
Feet.
you're finally awake, and what do? Because you're a little dazed. You see this and you're like, wait, am I like dreaming this? Did I get hit in the head that bad? What do you do?
Probably passed out.
I kind of just start chuckling to myself and maybe say something along the lines of, I like this girl.
I'm going to
She's
take a
off to
swing
a
at her.
good start.
Alrighty.
So I'm kind of, at this point, I'm a little bit encouraging. That guy kind of was a jerk to me, I feel like. So
Hey, he helped make you safe by attacking the Gabos.
yeah, that's true. But I don't know. I don't really trust him right now. So I'm kind of okay with whatever.
You don't have to trust him right now. He's dead.
It's true.
Alrighty. Well, let's just give a little bit of a backstory. Coming out of the game a bit. Luthien will not be joining us for the rest of the season. He's had other duties that he has to perform. So it is just going to be continued with the 3 of the remaining party. Unless somebody else comes on. Alrighty. So now that that is done, what do you guys do?
Well, I'm taking a swing at Arian, and I just rolled a 16.
All right, I guess we
Okay.
are engaging in combat. Is
We
that
are
all right?
we are engaging in combat. Okay.
You in trouble, son.
Alrighty, you roll.
Sorry, what?
Okay. What is your... Hold on here.
Am I just rolling my weapon?
No, Aborn, he actually hits you.
Wham.
So, Aryan, so Airbjorn, roll for damage.
Yeah, I just can't keep track of my tabs.
No worries.
2.
2.
Just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound. Alrighty, so... yeah, excusez-moi. Aryan, what do you do?
Do I have to like attack back, or can I
No,
just
you
stand
don't.
No,
there?
I
and
mean
do whatever you want.
You can
This
do
is
whatever you
role-playing.
want. You can shout at him, be like, "Dude, there's a reason why I did this." You can run away. You can attack him. You can do whatever you want.
I'm not gonna do anything then.
This is your choice.
You're
You're not gonna do anything.
No, I won't.
you're just
Dang it! I hate you so much.
you're just gonna stand there.
Actually, I
Because-
might just sit down. Sit
Actually,
down, stare at the
actually, you know
group.
what? Hold on. I just looked this up. Because where he hit you, he actually was it your warhammer? You said
I have an axe, I believe.
An
unless
axe?
My memory is that messed up. Where'd that go?
Great. Gaping wounds.
I'm not used to this word. Warhammer. Yeah, it's a hammer. It's a
okay,
hammer.
warhammer. Because he hit you in the stomach, so you're flat on your back actually.
That's a good hit.
So what do you do?
Okay, so I'm flat on my back.
You're flat on your back.
Yeah, I just want to lay there a little bit.
You're just gonna lay there. You're not gonna. Okay.
I have to soak in what happened, the resolution of all of this conflict. I'm just gonna, soak it all up.
All right. Elder, what do you do?
I seem to recall the last time that I met this fellow, he seemed to be putting something shiny in his pocket when he was burying those bodies. So I am going to take back what should have been mine to begin with.
So you start looting Luthien.
Correct.
All right. Now you do have. Excuse me. You do have Luthien's character sheet here. So whatever is on his body, if you want to take it, you can move it into your character sheet.
I will totally do that.
I hope you get encumbered.
Be it known, if you do take everything, you will have some encumbrance. I'm not sure exactly what until I know what exactly you're taking.
Also, I'm like watching out of the corner of my eye at this point to see
Okay.
what you guys discover.
Okay,
Pay
Eobjorn.
attention to hammer.
Eobjorn, you got this red-blooded, elf staring at you. You just smash her in the stomach with a warhammer, and she ain't doing nothing. What are you doing?
Just like, get up and fight me, you fiend.
Are you?
I guess we can fight.
All right.
I don't care, so sure.
All right. Roll 1d20.
Can I just like jump up now and get ready?
Yes. Yes,
like
I
a
will
full
allow
turn to
that.
get up,
I will
isn't
allow
it?
that. We actually we should have rolled initiative. Actually, I completely forgot about that.
I got a
Initiative.
16.
All right, you got 16. What are you attacking
Before this
with?
engages, can I make a comment to this new girl?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna sort through I'm sorry,
Luthien.
Lithian's body, and I seem to have found 35 arrows. So I'm gonna just kind of chuck them over to her, and be like, "Here, make yourself useful."
Okay.
Yeah, I'll accept them.
All right. So Aryan, what do you use? You have your
I'm
short bow, and do you use one of your daggers?
How far away are we from each other?
I mean, you're prettle close up.
Oh, I thought I was giving peace offering. I guess not.
Oh, well, no, I kind of just took them. I'm like, thanks.
Ugh. Now I'm a little bit mad.
So
Just
I guess I'll
chaotic
just use my
stuff.
dagger.
All right. You'll use your dagger. All right. Roll 1d4.
Oh, I got a 4.
4.
So can I just
Alrighty.
like rush up and?
Well, you're on your back. You jump up because he's kind of like standing over you. And because he's a dwarf, you're able to reach him a lot easier. So you come up with your dagger and you actually slice across his stomach region, and you actually slice into his armor. Does he have leather armor? Correct. Hey Bjorn, last time I checked. Yes, leather. So it
Can I
actually.
just tell him to listen now and then?
Yeah,
I
you
can-
can
Just
do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want.
Well, no, that's not how I roll. All right, so, well, I don't know. How should I explain this? No comment? Okay. Well, Luthien and I had a history in the past, when we were children, we actually saw each other quite often. But he ended up doing something very horrible to betray me, so that is why I have been tracking him. And this just happened to be the most opportune moment, so I struck, and what's done is done.
I kind of accept that. Like I said, I never really got along with Luthien. But I don't really trust it.
I certainly have no trust for you after what I've seen.
You don't
But-
need to.
I don't even know.
Well, I guess that's fine. That being said, though, I mean... why? I think I would like to know a reason.
Well, I cannot provide one at this time.
So you're crazy. Alright.
Yep.
She's crazy.
Okay. Whatever. So I'm just gonna say, like, kind of, you deal with the body.
Oh, so it's mine?
Yeah. Do
Just took
what you
care of
want.
it.
Okay, and we're like
Finish the
right,
job.
we're right near water, right?
Yeah, you're right near.
I'm just gonna throw it in the water.
So you're just, okay. So you're gonna try and drag the body.
Well, after we made sure everything was like looted properly, right?
Looted
Yeah, I already
properly.
took
Okay.
what was important.
All right. So if there's nothing left,
Did short
then
work of that body.
Well, I mean,
We're
do you
just-
want any... There's like a... No, you know,
You
you
still-
don't even deserve anything on the body. So I'm actually gonna be the one that kicks him into the river.
okay.
Yeah.
So wait, you're
What's
leaving.
done is done. Kick him in the river.
All right, I'm actually looking at Luthien's thing right now. So you're leaving 2 short swords, a longbow, a dagger, a whetstone, the arrows, backpack, bedroll, armor, and copper. You're
No,
leaving
I-
all that on him.
I threw the arrows over to her to kind of as a peace offering,
Okay.
and then, but the rest of it, I kind of just took the money.
You took the money. You
pieces,
didn't take. You
yeah.
didn't take anything else.
No.
Okay.
Is there
Okay,
anything
okay.
else?
Alrighty. Just real quick. So Arian, you actually have 65 arrows now.
Yeah,
Nice.
sword.
All right. So Elder, you just literally take the body and just push it in a river.
Yeah, I kind of drag him over and kick him in.
Okay.
Got rid of a longbow.
Okay. Well, with the weight of everything, he starts to sink. Well, did we lose him? We lost Elder.
At least his picture is cool. It'll keep us better company.
Yeah, really.
Oh, his mom.
That's usually what I do when my parents appear. All right, so what's going on?
All right, we'll wait. We'll wait for him. But basically, he takes the body, throws it in. Body sinks just because of the weight of the armor.
And I'm a
Everything.
little bit saddened by this, but yet, I'm happy too.
I'm concerned about the ecosystem of the fish being infiltrated by a bunch of blood, and I'm hoping that it'll also feed them, but can't be too
Okay.
certain.
Did
He
you-
was
did
obviously
you-
bad meat.
Did you get that, Elder?
Yeah, I just don't care.
Okay.
I really wasn't a fan.
Coolness.
Just from the moment that, yeah, I just didn't really trust him.
All right, so it's
So kind of
it's
indifferent with the whole
first
action.
first light is starting to come up, and so what do you guys do? You got-
Well, I'm gonna be going forward because I'm already familiar with that area a bit, so I'm kind of like, well, I'm gonna peace out.
I mean, did we have an objective initially? We were just trying to get to that
Yeah,
one
we're,
city,
we're
right?
trying to
Yeah,
get to the city
yeah.
to meet with the contact in order to reclaim things from mines. I'm told.
That's right.
Mhm,
So I mean, we can just kind of follow along at a distance, I guess. I mean, is she going in the
I'm
same
not
direction?
following her. She's
Well-
crazy.
She's crazy.
But I know the way.
But
Oh, you do?
I don't know which way you know. You just run and kill a guy, mostly
I'm like Gollum.
inexplicably.
I know the way.
Follow me, hobbitses.
All right, Aryan, you actually were on the other side of the river, and you came across via the ferry rope, just because you're excellent abilities in being able to climb stuff and all that. So you're actually on the other side of the river. So the side that you are on with the woods and all that, you haven't been there before. That is the region where the party came from.
Yeah, she's going river diving again, I think.
So I'm not familiar with where they were, like the direction they came
no,
from.
No,
Okay.
no.
Contacted don't meet us out here.
You actually, to give you a little bit of background, probably should have given this to you before. You actually came across from another town. The town that we were having you guys go to was where was it?
The Dale.
Was the Port of Bephelis was your original point. So that's actually where you're trying to get to. And with that, with First Light coming, you start hearing a little bit of commotion on the other side of the river, and you see what appears to be a human. And he's kind of he's an interesting fella. He looks like he's a boatman. He just has the look and the build of a boatman. So what do you guys do?
Try to hail him and get his attention. Be like, "Hey, boatman!" I mean, not with the Jamaican accent, obviously, but
Okay. He looks up and he looks at you guys and is like, who are you?
we're dwarves traveling to Port of Bephelis, and we seek usage of your ferry to cross this river.
Well, I see there's two doors. What's up with the elf?
You don't have to worry about her.
What is your name? She elf.
Arian.
Arian, do you have money?
Yeah, I do. I
How
totally
much?
do. I don't know. I have to count it. Let me just dump it all out here. I gotta count my money.
This is when the ferryman replies, "You have enough that you have to count it?"
Yeah, I have 40. Yep.
He's like, all right, stay there for a minute. This will take a little bit.
But why do I need their services? Like,
No, you got moist earlier today. The moisture levels do not need to continue to rise for you.
okay.
All right, so the boatman he starts taking off the rope that's attached to the ferry and starts getting everything ready, and eventually he pulls the ferry barge over to your side. And on closer examination, you actually realize that he's a half elf.
Okay, then. I'm kind of curious. Sounds good. I trust that guy then more than these people.
Okay. So he looks at the three of you. He's like, this is kind of odd. Two dwarves and an elf. Not the usual company that either of you would keep.
Yeah, I mean, she's really not with us. Like I said, she's just not with us.
Alrighty. Well, the passing for... yeah, excuse me. By the way, if you're typing to me, I can't get anything.
You're fine.
From your chat.
Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
Alrighty.
Oh, I was trying to ask you a question. Maybe that's why you never wrote back.
Yeah, that's why I never wrote back.
If you leave him messages in the character sheet and tell him where to look,
Yeah.
but the problem is then we could see it too. So I don't know.
Well,
if
just
that
to
matters.
the right of Luthien's character sheet, we'll
Yeah,
just
I won't be looking over there.
designate that as the chat. So let me just...
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm just like,
Sorry.
what was I supposed to be talking about? But
Okay. So he looks at the three of you and he's like, well, the passing over across is 5 copper each.
Done. Give him the money.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you guys. You guys are gonna have to do the conversion.
how many
At least
copper
at least
equal-
Luthien will have done something good with his life.
So are you just all right? So 5 copper, 100 copper equals 1 silver. So take
This is 100, 100. So
and then,
we have.
and then 10 silver is 1 gold. So if you have like 25 gold, take a gold, divide the silver, take 1 of the silver, divide the copper.
I can't do that.
That's fine. He can just take.
Yeah.
I'll just pay the.
Okay,
copper.
you'll just pay the copper.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll use Luthion's money.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So he takes your money. You guys hop on the ferry, pack up camp, and as you're going across, he starts asking, what are you guys here for? What's your purpose within these lands?
I'm just gonna kind of glare at him and not necessarily say anything. Maybe ask him a redirect question. Something along the lines of, so how far is Port of Bethesda,
Port of Bephelis.
fellas?
Put Beth.
Port of Bephelis. He looks at you and he's like, "Why are you going to the Port of Bephelis?"
Our business is our own. How far is it?
Well, it's several leagues from here, but if you're going to the Port of Bephelis, are you scavengers? Why are you going to Port of Bephelis? There's not much there.
We're meeting someone there. It was a location that was known by both parties, and we knew that we'd be able to find each other.
Well, your information might be wrong. The Port of Bephelis has been destroyed.
What?
That's not good.
Okay.
What happened?
You aren't from around here, are you?
No, we're not.
We've been traveling for quite some time, as a matter of fact, so we don't really know what's going on.
Do you even know what land you're in?
I mean, we know.
We don't have
roughly.
any information. Just gonna throw that out there.
He looks at you, and he looks at you very skeptically. He's not quite sure how to, process what you just told him. So he's like, "Well, you might want to come with me. I run the town of Edhelland, and you might want to come in, sit down, have a drink, because this is going to be a doozy."
Okay.
Getting doozied, guys.
We can
Yeah,
have
I'm
a
game.
feast.
All right, so
It's a little bit presumptuous of you, Arian.
he looks at
Are you?
you. He's like, "I don't know about a feast, but we can at least scrounge up something for you."
Oh gosh. Said scrounge. We know what that means. It'll be the schlop that he eats the pigs, which I'm
Alrighty.
fine with, personally. Pigs eat very well.
So you get to the other side, and he ties off the ferry, and he's like, "Follow me." What do you
So
guys
follow.
do? You follow him? Okay.
Yeah, we're not.
So he takes
He's,
you.
he's offering ale. I mean, what more do we need?
You get bought for a very low price.
I'm a simple man, trying to make my way in the universe.
Lovely. All right. So you walk through the woods, and as you're walking through, there's a little bit of a path. It's pretty cleared out, a lot clearer than what what Luthien and what Elder and Eobjorn were on before. So he takes you through this path, and it's about a couple hours. But now it's probably around lunch hour. You guys haven't had much of a breakfast. And it opens up into this clearing area along the ocean. You hear the seagulls, you smell the salt air, and it opens up into this little town. And the half elf turns around and says, "Welcome to my town. This is my town of Edhelland."
Oh, it's his town now.
He's like, "Well, it's not really my town, but I'm the one who runs it." So,
Oh, so
I
it
mean-
really is his town. Oh, we just met the Mayornator guys.
I want to know where I can get some ale.
he's like, "Follow me. You'll get to meet Org, or Org will help you out."
Okay.
So you walk through town, It's a pretty legit town. You see a little bit of
Is there a fountain?
there is no fountain.
Okay.
But you can tell it's a port city. And it's it's a small port, but it's a port nonetheless. And you look around. There's a few houses, a few major warehouses and stuff. And you come up to a sign where it has the picture of a boar's head on the sign as it's creaking. And it's a pleasant day. You walk in, and the half elf says, "Org, we have traveling companions. Get them some ale and some food." And this cheery, chubby fella, hops around from the bar table. He's like, "Oh, great! We haven't had any travelers whatsoever in the past several months. Welcome, welcome. Who are you all?"
My name is Aobjorn.
Elder.
Arian.
He claps his hand. He claps his hands with glee. He's like, "Thank you so much for coming. We really haven't had a lot of travelers these days. Why don't you here, have a seat?" And he sits you down at this, very, pretty nice table, round table, and the half elf sits down next to y'all, and he brings out Org and brings out this ale, brings out some bread, some cheese, a little bit of meat, and he asks, "Would you like any soup? Would you like any honey with your bread?"
I'll take soup.
Take soup.
Yeah, absolutely. Take it all.
Soup sounds lovely.
Like honey, please.
Soup would sound lovely. It's been a miserable time traveling out there.
All right, so he comes out and he brings everything out, and with him is a hobbit, actually.
Wow.
A little hobbit runs around. He's coming in with the ale. He's trying to be careful not to spill the ale.
Bilbo.
Actually, no. Do you ask him his name?
Yeah.
He's like, "My name is Mike."
I have taken a liking to this Mike.
So Mike
So racist.
and he and
Speciest.
Mike comes up, and Arian, you notice that he actually serves you first. He serves you the ale, and he serves you the honey and the soup and all the meals himself.
Do we still get food?
Yeah, you
Well,
guys get food. Org,
Does he work there,
Org,
or
gives
is
you
he
food.
like a servant there?
He's an assistant.
So he likes
works there.
his
He
job.
works
Can
there.
I?
Yeah, he
I'll
likes
ask
his
him
job.
that, do you like your job? Are you happy?
He's like, "I love my job. I love it even more that you're here."
Yay!
Oh.
I want to know what's
The
going
first
on.
base type.
So once I start drinking ale, I start getting a little bit more talkative.
Okay.
And I mean, I really want to know what is going on then. Like, what happened to the port? What happened
Okay.
to the area? Why is there no travelers here for a while?
Well, the half elf looks at you and he's like, I might as well introduce myself. My name is Garen Orkstead, and my descendants used to run this town with Ed Helland. Ed Helland used to be a very vibrant port city, but after the war, it was completely demolished, and the inhabitants and myself sort of have rebuilt it and have kept it going since the departure of the elves. This is really a very, very old harbor, so there's not a lot as far as equipment or ships or anything, but we make do with what we have. The rivers that you crossed recently, the rivers are Ringlow and Morthund, and this was the river that you crossed was kind of like the fork that merged in and goes out to sea. That's kind of the local area. Do you know anything about what's...
No, I mean, like we've said, we're really just traveling in the area for the first time.
He breathes really heavily, and he looks at Org. Org looks at him, and he's like, "So you haven't heard of the war at all?"
No.
No wars to our knowledge.
He's like, "Well, it is peacetime now, but several years back there was a great war, and the port of Bephelis and several other cities along the inlet and along the coast were completely demolished by a fleet of Corsair ships from the south of down in Hetterdam. And since the war, right immediately after the war, the elves within the region left, and this shipyard and this port area used to be a place where they would build the ships for the elves. The prophecy foretold that after the Great War, the elves would depart from these lands, and this was where everything was built. And even though I'm part elf, I was not worthy to join my half brethren.
It's a dark tale, sir.
It's a dark
More
tale
honey.
indeed. More honey. Mike hears it. His ears perk up, and he runs into the back room and brings out this big jar of honey. He's like, "Here, just have it. You can use as much as you want."
You like your little slave, don't you?
Well, I do have rope. I was gonna maybe have to use that to make a little servant, but no, we'll see.
So Mike, as
We're still eating at the same table together. I'm kind of like inching away from this elf.
no, you are. So as Garen's talking, Mike comes up, plops the honey down, sits down, starts talking to Aryan, and he's asking you questions about, who you are, who your family is, what are your adventures, what do you do? He's really fascinated with your ears.
Ooh.
So he just starts asking you a bunch of questions, and he's kind of fascinated. It comes out that he's really been fascinated with elves. He's read about them, from being in the town, and he knows Garen, but he hasn't really met a full-blooded elf. So he's really fascinated by you, and he keeps asking you questions all about your family, your history, and all that.
Am I supposed to answer the questions?
Well, he does.
But-
I mean, he's
or-
just running a mile a minute. There's no really specific
Okay.
questions. So, do you talk with him and
Yeah,
converse?
definitely.
Okay.
I don't tell him, too much though, but I give him a rough overview.
Okay.
Ah, rough overview. What does that sound like?
Basically, I'm a woodland elf. I like fletching and archery a lot. I'm somewhat related to our higher ups in my little elvish community that I'm from. That's about all that I reveal.
Yeah, I think Aobjorn and I are kind of listening in. We're still kind of a little bit leery of this Aryan, but I think we're just trying to take in as much information as possible.
I don't sound too happy though about my relatives, so that might be why I'm out on my own right now.
Gotcha. So Garen starts talking with you guys, with Elder and Aobjorn, and he goes into. He's like, well, if you're looking for a contact at the Port of Bephelis, you're not going to find it. You're probably not going to find it anywhere near the opening mouth of the river. So I would definitely, he's like, I would recommend if you're looking for a contact to go to Dol Amroth. But what was your contact supposed to give you, or to
they were our
show you or
guide.
tell you? Guide to where? In what region? North, south, east, west?
Well, that's half the problem. There's an old mine that was abandoned, and we were hoping to be able to access it and be guided through it.
It's like an old mine. There's a lot of old mines around here.
But he knew which one we were talking about.
Well, if you want any history of since you're new here, I would definitely recommend getting a history of the place. If you're looking for a contact, the best contact would be Dol Amroth, which is about, he thinks in his head, a couple days, several days journey from here. But you probably could make it. But I would definitely recommend, resting. You look like you've been worn out worn out from traveling for, several weeks.
It's been a long road.
Org here's the rest and the hard journey, weary travel part. And it's like, we got plenty of rooms. We got plenty of rooms for y'all. Got some nice, cozy dwarf as well as elf-sized rooms for you.
I lean over to Elder and I'm like, I think we've stumbled into a tourist trap.
I'd like to stay up and talk to the Hobbit more.
Okay. Well, by this time it's probably about mid-afternoon, so not quite ready for evening time, but
yeah, I kind of want to explore the town as well.
Okay. All right.
See if I can get a better understanding of this
I'm
place.
going to accompany Elder in his endeavor.
Okay. Garen's like, Garen looks at you too and is like, would you like me to show you around the town?
No, I think we can find our own way around.
Okay.
But
He's like,
appreciate the offer.
well, if you need anything, I'm gonna be near the port or either here, talking with the orc. So if you need anything, just let me know.
Appreciate it. So, I think Aviorn and I kind of walk out at that point.
Okay. All right. So you walk out. You walk into town. There's because it's been such an old ancient harbor. There's some buildings are vacated. Some buildings are being used. Some buildings are brand new. So a very eclectic type of scene. Stone streets. So it is a little bit more of a modern type thing. That the buildings, it's a mixture of wood, mixture of stone. You walk around, you see, you have the Boar's Head Inn, you have the port, and you see a sign. You look around, you see a sign for Smithy's Oars. And then a couple buildings down, you see a building called Jamila's Concoctions. But other than that, there's not a lot of buildings being used. Looking around, you can tell there's a little bit as far as residence goes, but not a lot as far as businesses or anything. You do see one building though. It looks like to be pretty fancy. It looks to more like the mayor's type building, very elvish in decor as well as in architecture. But other than that, everything else has pretty much, been rebuilt or refurbished.
Okay, I mean, I'd like to go to the Herberman store you said, or where they might have like potions or something along those lines.
Jamila's Concoctions?
Yeah, I'd like to go there if that's all right with my cousin.
I'm just tagging along. Cities, even if they're this small, are not my thing.
Okay.
Okay.
And am I still at the other place then?
Yeah,
'Cause I
you
stayed
are.
behind.
Yep.
Now, was I in this town before? Is this on the other side of the river place?
Yeah. Yep. You passed through.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. That I'm already familiar with the place. So.
Yeah, you're vaguely familiar with it. You stayed a little bit on the outskirts of the town, but you were near it. So. All right. So what do? You walk up to the door? You just walk in. You knock.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just walk in.
Okay. You hear a little bell ring, and this lady comes out, and you can tell she is a human, a little bit darker skin, and she goes behind the counter, and she comes out from the counter, and she meets you, and she's like, welcome to my store. what can I do for you?
We're curious if you have any kind of potions or health potions or anything that we've been on a long journey, and we're thinking that it might get a little bit longer, to be perfectly honest. So we're a little bit curious if you have anything that maybe we could have
Well,
that might get us through a couple journeys.
I don't
couple
have
days
a
journey.
lot of potions, but mainly mix, deal with herbs and whatnot. But let me check in the back. I might have some. So she goes around back, looks through, and she rummages through, this her back closet of ingredients, and she comes out with 3 bottles: a elixir of health, a potion of health, and a potion of vitality. Is what she says that they are. And she looks at you guys. She's like, "It seems like you've been around the block a little bit. What are your travels entail?"
I mean, we have just been confronted with several different issues, several different, let's say, encumberments that we have had to bypass. One of our companions was not necessarily who he seemed to be, and we just encountered some stuff along the road. We'd like to be a little bit more precautious.
Understandable, she says. She's like, "Would you like to purchase some of these potions? Because they will definitely help out. I think in your journeys."
Yeah, I mean, I figure let's do it,
Okay.
just to be on the safe side.
Each potion, she says, will be about 20 gold.
Wow.
Yeah, she's like, "These are very rare. I don't have a lot in regards to these potions. Like I said, I deal mainly in herbs and what have you. So these are very very valuable to me. It's taken me a while to get them, but they're not like a regular potion where they give you a little bit of health. These are really potent. Hence the price."
Yeah, that's fine. At this point, fine. So it's 60 gold then?
Yes, 60 gold.
So I kind of take it, pocket the potions, and kind of grumble,
Okay.
walking out the door.
All right. So
I
you
follow
get.
closely after, of course.
All right. So, Elder, do you pay for that then?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, just to go through a little bit, since we haven't dealt with potions before. Where is it? Potion of healing can be consumed an entire round. And then there's a certain dice roll that you would do to determine how many health points you would get. For the vitality, this potion restores user full vitality despite exertion, lack of sleep, and going without food and drink for up to 7 days. It will nullify up to 7 days of deprivation and will continue in effect for the remainder of its 7-day duration. Potion also makes the user proof against poison and disease while it is in effect, and the user will recover lost hit points at the rate of 1 of every 4 hours.
Okay. Perfect.
Alrighty, so you leave the store, and let's switch back to Aryan. Aryan, what are you doing?
I'm talking to the Hobbit.
You're talking to the Hobbit?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you talking to the Hobbit about?
I'm just seeing what
Just
his
chit-chatting?
future goals and aspirations are. Kind of getting some of his history too, like where he's from. Like, are there other hobbits in this town?
Well, he's like, well, there's not a lot of us, but it's here. There's really only me in this town. But as far as us hobbits go, mainly a majority of us are up in the region of Eriador, primarily in a place called the Shire.
So, how did he end up in this town?
Well, my buddy Orc here, we met actually along the coastline near the Shire region. he was part of helping with Garen in getting the ships from here all the way up to the area of Valinor, and we jumped on the ship, and asked Garen if I'd be able to come down, because I've only been in Shire for my entire life, and I've never seen an elf, and I've read stories about them, but I've always wanted to meet an elf. And Garen, he wasn't full elf, but he was a half elf, so that was kind of cool. So hopped on the ship, and he said he would love to help. So Org and I came down, and we helped him open up the Boar's Head Inn.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm just chilling.
Okay, cool. Airborn and Elder, what are you guys up to?
I mean, did you want to poke around a little bit, see if we can find anything interesting, or are we pretty much kind of explored the city, do you think, at this point? Maybe.
I think I'm done with this town.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, it's a small town, there's not really too much.
Okay.
I'm kind of not too excited.
Okay.
So.
Well, so where do you guys go? You guys head back to the inn?
Yeah, I mean, I want to see if there's any way we can get additional provisions, maybe, for the journey.
Okay.
He said it was about 3 days journey, 4 days journey, something like that.
Yeah, it's a couple days journey.
Okay.
Probably, I would think probably about maybe a week.
Oh, okay.
From his estimate.
Yeah, so I mean, I think we should probably try and stockpile on food and stuff like that.
Okay.
The normals.
So, do you talk to Garen, or do you talk to Org? Who do you talk to about that then?
Yeah, we could talk to Garen, I guess.
Okay. Garen, so you go back into the inn, and Garen asks how your tour was, and
It's good.
when you tell him about need for supplies, he's like, well, we don't have a lot of supplies here. Mainly what we are is we're continuing to be able to have access as a port, but we're also a middleman. Were you able to visit Smithy by any chance?
Smithy is the oarsman?
Yes.
No, I was not able to. We just
Okay.
kind of walked by and didn't really.
Okay. Well, Smithy, he's sort of the middleman. He's sort of what brings in the income here. There's a mine camp east of here in the mountains of Dora and Narnell, and a town called Woodhaven. And he is basically a middleman between them and between Dol Amroth. And this is sort of the thorough way where they bring the ore in, and then he smelts down the ores into ingots and sends it on down to Dol Amroth. He hasn't had a shipment yet, but he does have a caravel that he uses, that the town basically uses as for their own purposes. And you can, if you want, you can take the caravel down to Dol Amroth. It'd be a lot faster
Wow.
than just walking.
Yeah, I mean, that's really nice of him.
I mean, it will cost you a little bit just because
Of course.
we need the income as a town. We're trying to bring the town back to its original state.
How much are we talking?
He thinks about it for a moment. He looks at Org and he's like, "Let me talk with Org. He's the one who really operates the boat." So he goes over, and Org and him start bartering, and
Hey, Bjorn, do you want to try and walk this and hoof this, or? I mean, I'm not too keen on water personally, but
I would be happy to walk the distance.
okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what the price is, but I don't think I don't want to be paying this guy more, because he's just going to use us as a cash cow.
so he
Telling you, this is some sort of tourist trap. Just trying
So-
to bleed us dry as quickly as possible.
Yeah, underneath their warm exterior, they're really conniving.
All right, so Garen comes back, and he actually goes over to another fellow who you haven't met before, and you just noticed that he was in the inn, and it talks to him for a little bit, and he comes back over and he's like, "Well, you're in luck. Smithy has said that there's going to be a shipment of some very precious cargo coming through into the town, and he would really appreciate some extra protection for this type of ore. Would you be interested in a trade, possibly for 5 gold? You can get passage on the ship and be our protection for the shipment.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean that would
if
be.
we're protecting, might as well just call it a mutual deal, huh?
Well, normally I would, but the fact of the matter is, a shipment we would cost you probably about 15 gold for passage, and we want to try to drop the price a bit for you.
So how much are we talking if you drop the price? And how much faster is this going to be?
5 gold, and this will literally take only 2 or 3 days, as opposed to a week.
The fast travel system.
You're gonna be away from nature for a little bit, buddy. You gonna
The
make it?
ocean is my companion as well.
Yeah, I mean we're running low on provisions, so I guess this is kind of gonna be the only way that we. All right, I think our hands are tied in this matter. We'll take your deal then.
Perfect. Aryan, do you have anything? Elder and Aeobjorn have accepted. What are you planning on doing?
Well, I think I'd like to go with them for now. I mean, I will be useful for my rogueliness and stuff, so
Okay. All right.
yeah, I'll go with.
Alrighty.
Let it be known that I'm not too keen. I kind of look over, and I kind of am like, I'm still not trusting her,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm kind of a little leery of her joining us.
I'm pretending she's not with us and keeping my eye on her the whole time.
Gotcha.
Hopefully.
Gotcha.
I mean, we can keep some distance there if we want.
Okay.
Well, I mean, do you have your own reasons for going down?
No,
Just waiting to pounce on us at night.
I know that's what I'm worried about.
right now I'm just glad to not be at home. So yeah.
Okay. Well, Smithy comes up and is like, I know we haven't met, but my name is Smithy. How are you doing?
Well enough as we can be for the day's journey. Oh, that rhymed.
So you're the one that wants our money.
He's like, excellent. The shipment's going to come in about a day, so we're probably going to have to wait about a day, and then probably on the second day we'll be able to head out.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, how far is the mine, did you say? Because, I mean, we are dwarves, and we definitely like mines. So, I mean,
Well,
is this like within walking distance that we could tour it for the day, or?
well, the mine's about a 5-day journey from here.
Oh, okay, never mind. We'll just take the bed.
Okay. It's like, okay. So you guys sack it out, and before you head to bed, Orc comes by and he's like, tell you what, you don't have to pay the 5 gold, but can you give me for the passage, but if you give me 1 gold, 2 gold each for room, lodging, and food, I'd be much appreciated.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sounds like a fair deal.
Has it been good food?
Yes, it's been really good food.
Okay, all right, then I'm fine paying then.
It's
Okay.
the best cheese and bread we've had since we started this journey.
Well, I mean, if it's bad, I'm not gonna pay him that much.
No,
Do I have
it's
to say
a
goodbye to
fair
the
amount of gold.
Hobbit?
what?
Do I have to say bye to the Hobbit?
Well, no, you're just going up to bed. You got about a day. You got.
But I
days.
don't want to leave the Hobbit.
You don't want to leave.
Stuff
the
them in
Hobbit.
your backpack if you want.
Hey, you can stay and talk to him. I mean, we're just gonna
Yeah.
go hit the sack.
Well, I'll go to sleep for now, but I'm gonna be sad when they leave.
Okay. Mike looks up at you and he's like, "You're going away so soon?"
I guess so.
He kind of, puts his head down and shuffles his feet. He's like,
Can he come with? Can we have NPCs follow us?
do you? Who do you ask though? Like, you're
I'm asking you.
me?
Is that?
Okay,
Are we allowed? Can I have an NPC buddy?
Oh,
You
can
can-
you
you
ask it to
can.
Org? Can
You
you just like, go
can.
up to Org and be like, can we have an NPC come with us?
No, you can. I mean, but Mike works for Org.
Wow, we're just stealing everything.
I mean,
No.
Town.
you can only, yeah, I mean, you can ask him if he wants to follow.
I remember how happy he said he was here, though, so we'll just let it go.
Okay. All right. So as you head on up, Mike shuts out. Good night.
Good night, little Mike.
He goes back and starts cleaning up the table and cleaning up your food and stuff. So you guys head to bed, and it is 10:06. So I think that's where we're going to end it for today. But thank you so much for watching. Don't have much to do as far as shout-outs. Let's see here. Well, we can go around and do shout-outs. Elder, why don't you start?
Oh, I don't have any shoutouts.
You don't? Okay.
No. To our lost comrade that is no longer joining us.
Luthien. Poor said Luthien. Airbjorn. Actually, for Airbjorn, you got your... I'm probably going to have you for more design work since we got to redo Luthien's title. Remove that from the screen.
Easy button.
Easy button. Yeah, well, don't worry, guys. We'll use that screen. We'll probably use it either for the map, is probably what I'll plan on using it for. So we'll
Yeah,
figure
now
out
it won't
something.
be balanced.
Yeah,
You
it won't
put
be.
some-
This is so imbalanced, guys.
It is. It is.
Got to get a nerf on that.
So we'll figure out something. Yeah, guys, continue stream leak. Actually, just go to twitch.tv/rabbitsghost. So, Airbjorn, shoutouts.
Shout out to those who watched. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Sorry we're all a bit derpy this hour. Maybe next time it won't be so bad.
Yeah, definitely.
You can check out some of what I've done on be.net/CJ Medaglia. Spelled Medaglia. And yeah, that's about it.
All right, Arian.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm sick and stuff. Thanks for watching, though. Other than that, I don't really have anything.
Alrighty, for all my stuff, rabbitsghost.tv. Finally got the blog/website up, so definitely check that out. I am going to be uploading VODs to that site, and I'll go through when I do my carrots and coffee tomorrow on Sunday. I'll go through a little bit of the changes that we're planning on doing, as well as changes for Skyrim. As far as shout-outs, shout out to Luthien for the 2 short episodes that he was here. We will miss him, but yeah, and I'm looking forward to the upcoming sessions. As far as scheduling goes, last year we did do Tuesdays, but Saturday is looking like it's going to work for us. That is, if everybody can get out of bed, including myself. But yeah, so plan on Saturday mornings. For more real-time updates, check it out on @RabbitsGhost on Twitter. And yeah, I think that's it. Do you guys have anything else? Anything you guys want to mention?
Enjoy Martin Luther King Day if you have that off.
Oh, it's Monday, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't.
Awesomeness. Enjoy.
Alrighty, I think that's going to be it. We are going to be out, and we will see you guys on Saturday. Bye, guys.
Can I stop?